Okay, hello, welcome to today's lesson, which is how to play the riff, the main riff to the song Rebel Rebel by David Bowie. You can find it on the album Diamond Dogs. Sincerely recommend you go check that out. One of my favourite riffs, one of my favourite albums, one of my favourite artists. Now, just before we start, always surprised me, well it did surprise me when I first found out, that the person who actually played the riff on the record is actually David Bowie himself. I always thought it was Mick Ronson, you know, from the Ziggy Stardust, Spiders from Mars band, or, you know, maybe one of the touring guitarists, Earl Slick, or one of those guys, but it's actually David Bowie himself. So he composed this riff and played it on the recording, the one that we all listen to and find, you know, really classic. So anyway, I hope this can help you out, and we're all going to enjoy playing a bit of David Bowie on the guitar. Good times. So first up, let's just take it really slow, practice each of these things really slowly until you think you've got them, move on to the next bit afterwards. Don't rush it, don't rush it, you'll only regret it later. So the first little bit, we just play an open D string, and we want to let that one try and ring out. Have a listen to the difference between this and this. And the reason we want that to ring out, the piece it's got a distorted sound on, if that's still going, that will drive the distortion all the way through and get that nice tone. So we want that to ring, and then you want an open E, the top E. Okay, let's see if you can do it. Okay, so the next stage, once we've got that simple intro sorted, we're going to move down on the next string, this B string. You want fret 3, you want fret 2. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Make sense? Okay, the next step from there is basically you want two strings at the same time. Now I play with my fingers. I'm sure with a plectrum you can strike two strings at once, but essentially you want the first fret of the string of G and the open string of B. So that's part of an actual E chord, but you only want those two strings of it. And then you want to play an open bottom E, which is your thick string. Now, unlike that D that we want to last forever, we want this to be quite short, to be punchy, to come in and then exit straight away. From there, we then want a pull off. It's called a pull off. So you fret the note, and then you use the fretting hand to actually pull the string and make the next note. You want the second fret of your B string. Once you've got that, you want the first fret of the string of G. Okay, and then to loop the riff around, second fret of the D string, and then go back into the cycle, which is where we were at the beginning. Okay, so we've got the riff, we've got that nailed. The final bit of it is just that turnaround section at the end, After the riff has gone a few times, sings to the end of the chorus, everything backs out, and then you have a little thing called the turnaround. And all that is a chord of D. For those of you that don't know, top string, 2nd fret, next string down, the B string, 3rd fret, then the 2nd fret, and it's open D string. Let that ring out nice, and then the chord of E. So you've got on the chord of E, open B, 1st fret of the string of G, 2nd fret of the string of D, 2nd fret of the A string, and then open E. And the count for it is like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then just before the last beat, you're going to use, I don't know, you could use any finger, I guess, any finger that's free. I try and use my little pinky there because that's the one that's free. And you're going to do like a bend. So on the 3rd fret, which is the note of G, that's the note without the bend, you're going to bend it. So you just have to pull. And then you're back in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I may have exaggerated the bend there just to illustrate it, but use your ears, listen to the music, see what sounds right to you. But essentially that's how you do it. Now this stage is about putting the whole riff together nice and slow, uncomfortably slow. You would never play it at this speed. We're not trying to perform it here, we're trying to get it technically correct. So we're going to set a really slow beat, like 60 BPM, uncomfortably slow. But you'll learn how to play spaces, you'll learn when to play, when to leave those spaces, and also if there's anything you're snatching at, it's going to be really apparent at the slow tempo, because it's going to be so much more time is going to be taken on it. If everything's really fast, everything passes in an instant, we're going to slow it down so that all the mistakes can be heard. You'll probably hear some of mine at this tempo. Oh dear, let's go for it. Okay, thanks for joining me on today's lesson. I hope you found it useful. Hope you're going to get a lot out of playing this classic riff. It deserves to be kept alive in our hearts and playing by all the guitarists ever. If there's any questions, anything you're struggling with, don't hesitate to drop me a comment, send me an email, whatever you need to do. We'll see if we can figure it out together. If there are any riffs you like, any tunes you want us to go through and see if we can figure them all out in these lesson times, let me know. Be more than happy to help. Take care till next time and keep playing guitar.